Hi, how you guys doing? Welcome. I just thought I would create a little video to help maybe bring happiness and health and movement, positivity to your day. So let's go ahead and stand together. If you have a Gertie ball, great. If not, no worries. And let's go ahead and just stand tall. Taking your eyes down towards your feet, let's look down at those toes. Pick all 10 toes up, spread them out as best you can. And then anchoring down the big toe, make your way out towards your pinky toe. And then let's just stand tall, take those arms out to the side and reach overhead. Nice deep breath in. And then exhale, pressing the arms down. Start to become aware of your breath, breathing into your side body. Expanding into your back. Good job. And one more time, inhale it up. And then exhale down. And then take your awareness to your feet, and the bottoms of your feet. Maybe notice where the weight is placed. You can close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, and notice if you have more weight in one foot or the other. Maybe you're forward or back. See if you can balance the weight between the big toe, pinky toe, and the center of your heel. And then open those eyes and take another reach overhead. You're going to grab onto your right wrist and go ahead and side bend over. Nice. Even add in the hip there. Good. Just opening up the side body. Take all that length. Maybe you can get longer as you make your way to center. And then switch. Grab onto your left wrist. Side bending over towards your right. I always tend to mirror my classes and clients. And then take all that length, bring it back to center, breathe in, and exhale. Let's bring the arms behind the back. Go ahead and lace up your fingers, and we're gonna do it the opposite finger of what you normally do. So the other finger on top. Let's open up the chest as we straighten out those arms, pulling into nice long straight arm. And then hinge forward. So from the side, if you think of your pelvis, this ball is going to mimic your pelvis. Think of your pelvis rolling forward over those legs, nice long spine. Good, and then to come on down, letting your spine round out at the bottom. And then just notice your knees for a moment. See if you can soften them to avoid any hyperextension. Notice the weight across the feet and maybe the alignment through the knees. As we stretch forward and those hamstrings lengthen, the back of those thighs lengthening. Sometimes the knees go cattywampus. So just become aware of your alignment there through the leg as you're stretching. Then we're going to bend the knees a lot. Going to round your pelvis, round your spine, roll your spine up to standing. Stacking up tall, take those arms out to the side and reach up again. Exhale, down. Let's do a roll down now, starting with the head. Just nodding the chin, gently rolling the head forward, rounding each bone of your back forward and down. Coming all the way down to a drippy place. Let's nod the head up and down as if you're saying yes a few times. And no, right and left. And then bend the knees again and let's roll up. Just giving a little hug in on your torso. Letting those arms relax. Stacked up tall. One more time, reaching out. Breathe in. Exhale those arms down. And rolling forward and down one more time, rounding chin to chest. Round through the spine. Just invite those hamstrings to maybe lengthen a little bit more. Let's go ahead and bend one knee, straightening the other. You can lean forward and back, maybe side to side. Just enjoying a little intensity in that stretch. And then change to the other side. So not forcing it. If you're feeling that you're bringing tension to the body, come out of the stretch a little bit. Maybe you hold your thighs and just hold the stretch here. Maybe you're up here. That's great. Go where it feels safe for you. And then find center. Let's bend those knees, roll up. bone by bone, stacking up beautifully tall. Take the arms up. And now we're gonna do a squat. So bending your knees, sit your pelvis down, and reach forward. Good, and then finding that nice deep squat. Think of your spine in a nice straight line. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring the arms back. Just holding your squat here. Let's breathe deep. Exhale, hugging your corset in. As if you had a corset on, right? You're hugging in towards your spine in this circular fashion. Maybe a little tone on that ball. And then maybe a little bit more weight towards the heels. See if you can get deeper. And then reaching back. Holding here, notice the feet. Maybe they've spun around and gone cattywampus. So making sure that they're evenly weighted once again. And then the knees tracking forward. Nice long spine. And then the neck and shoulders happy and long. Breathe in. And exhale, let's stand it on up. Reaching to the sky. And exhale, pressing the arms down. Rolling those shoulders out. Go ahead and roll forward, up, back and down. A few of those. That's super. Good. And then take the ball out. We're going to go ahead and place that off to the side. And then if you would grab your arm, or let your arms swing actually. Let's find a little momentum. We're going to do a shoulder stretch here. So let's lace up one arm on top. I'm going to do my right. And then catch the arms in kind of a X. They can be caught here, or maybe they're here, grabbing the hands. We're going to float those arms up. And then exhale, see if you can melt your shoulders down your back a little. And then floating the arms up and melting the shoulders down. You can even let your head rest on your hands if you want. Just enjoying a little stretch there. And then unravel. Let them swing again. And let's catch the other arm on top. Lacing up the arms. Lifting those elbows, and then exhale, melting the shoulders down. And inhale up. And exhale, melting down. Let go of the neck. Tension. You can wiggle your head around. And then unlace there. Good. Roll the shoulders back again. And 2. And 3. Nice. And then hands on your hips. We're going to step forward with one leg and back with the other. And just making sure that your legs are not in a single file, not too wide, just in line with your hip sockets, hip width apart there. I have my back heel lifted, and then we're going to go ahead and bend both knees. Just come down into a mild lunge, and then checking on your alignment here. We're just going to make sure that front knee is over the front ankle. Good, and then feel that you could maybe scissor your legs a little bit, meaning the front thigh is trying to slide back, and the back thigh is trying to slide forward. You'll feel this little activation kind of support through your center. Touching the hips helps to find if the hips are rocking side to side, so finding a nice level there. Good job. We're going to reach up. Go ahead and reach your same arm as your back leg up and side bend over. And as you're reaching over to the side, think of energy out of those fingertips as you energize your kneecap, your left kneecap down. And come on up. That was good. Let's go ahead and change sides. Let's hold quite a bit here on this side because I know those long holds. So thinking of your knees, tracking over toes. That front knee is over the front ankle. The back leg, that heel is up. And we're still in this parallel hip width apart stance. Good, and then hips nice and square. Also, there's a tendency to tuck or arch. You can see that better from the side, tuck or arch. So finding that neutral placement, you can visualize the bones of your sits bones open towards the floor, not pointing forward or back. And that's great. Keep holding there. Let's think of the scissor image. So front thigh is sliding back, not literally, but activating. And then the back leg sliding forward. And just feel that activation, noticing the hips nice and level. Reach up with the same arm as the back leg. And side bend. Whoa. If your knees are talking at all, I would come out of it a little bit. Start to tone the back glute, the back butt cheek. Finding a little support there. And come on up. Beautiful. Whoa. and then shake it out. Good. So we're gonna do a little release work. I would love for you to grab a pinky ball, or maybe you have a tennis ball, one of the therapy balls, these ones that come in the blue tote bag. So I'm gonna change this screen just down a little bit. Okay. So I left my mat at the studio, so I've been using this little guy. So we're gonna put the ball underneath one foot and go ahead and put it behind the metatarsals, kind of in the center. We're gonna spin or let the inside of your foot kind of drip towards the floor. So the big toes dropping down, and I'm noticing my leg kind of going with it. See if you can maybe minimize the movement into your leg. So there's more of a parallel alignment and you're mobilizing your foot, right? So now we're gonna drop through the pinky side. You can go back and forth with that, finding a little relief, and then go ahead and go forward and back. Sorry, I'm the headless teacher here. So just going from the big toe metatarsal all the way down to the heel, and then the next toe all the way down, third toe from the top to the bottom, fourth-ish, right? And fifth, okay? And then we'll try to pick up the ball. So turn this way. So you're gonna push down into the ball, relax your foot over the ball, and then pull the foot, like tone your foot. You're trying to shorten up between the heel and the big toe, kind of toning the arch muscle, right? And then let it rest, and then pull it. And just one more. Well, let's do a few more. Famous last words. 5, good. 6, 7. The toes kind of react, but you're really trying to tone that arch. That's great. Notice the difference. It's a really nice thing to check in. So you can lift one foot off, notice your balance, and then lift the other. So let's get even. Ready? Go ahead and let's start with the spinning. So with the ball behind the metatarsals there, you're gonna drip the pinky toe towards the floor. Trying to manage your rest of your leg there. Ooh, and then get the big toe to drop down and towards the floor. So the pinky side of your foot is flared up. It's a really great mobility here for the feet. So good. My knee is kind of following a little bit more on this one. So I have a little rotation, but let's go ahead and now go forward and back. Think of the all 5 toes. They all have tendons that go from the toe to the heel. So start with that big toe and go down the whole line of the foot. Second toe down to the heel, third, fourth, and fifth. And then we'll do our little tone to the arch. So pushing down and trying to scoop or hug the ball up towards your foot. 3. So good. Those feet. Okay. All right. And then letting that guy go. All right. So we're going to make our way down to the mat. Go ahead and I'm going to face sideways. Let's take the arms up, round the spine forward and down. Access the mat with your hands. You might need to bend your knees, maybe widen your stance so that you can make your way down to your knees. Gentle there. And then finding your hands under the chest, knees under hips. Hi, Connor. You want to say hi? And then we're going to go and do cat and camel. So start by tucking or curling your tail under, rounding your pelvis, round your whole spine, finding a nice stretch. Sometimes the shoulders elevate here. See if you can get those shoulders down, kind of wide. They spread across your back. Just the image of that. Shoulder blades widening. And then change your spine to extension where the tail lifts and the heart Goes forward and shines through the shoulders. Maybe that, think of the breastbone going through the shoulders there. Super stretch. And then we're going to go ahead and look to the right, wagging the tail to the right. And then go and wag the tail to the left, look left. Good. And then finding center. Let's go ahead and take the forearms down to the mat. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and sink the hinge the hips back towards your heels. And then just hinge forward, bringing the shoulders in front of the elbows. And just as you're rocking back and forth, imagine a roller on your back. You have this nice long line. So the roller's touching the back of the head, the back of the shoulders, and the back of the pelvis. And then sit back towards child's pose. So holding child's pose. Sorry about that. You might not want to sit on your heels, right? Depending on your knees. So maybe your hips are high. And let's breathe. Take those hands over to one side. Breathe deep into your side body. And then over to the other side. Breathing deep. And then finding center. Let's find neutral spine again. So again, let's think about that roller on your back. Finding neutral spine, we're gonna breathe in. Exhale, just hug, like if you had a corset on and it's hugging in everything without changing out of your neutral spines. You're in deep breathing. We're gonna send that right leg out. Good, not too high where your back arches, right? So just slide it out. We're gonna flex your foot and think of fireworks coming out of your heel, and that left arm comes off, holding your balance here. I like to think of hugging. Earlier I was talking about that scissor image. Think of the hand that's on the floor making contact or sliding towards the knee that's on the floor. So that diagonal hug across your torso, right? Little sling action. And then change, other leg out, opposite arm reaches. Hand connecting towards the knee. That's good. And then finding center. Good. So come on up. Let's go ahead and spin the wrists around. I have an assistant over here. Do you want to do it on the video? Okay, and then go the opposite way. That's good. Nice. And then we're going to make our way to forearms once again. You going to do it, Connor? Take one leg out. And then the other. And I want you to actually bend your knees now and access the mat. And then the feet are gonna point towards the ceiling. So we're in a kneeling plank, right? So finding kneeling plank, draw the shoulders down, abs in, and just hold. And see if you can, like, energetically think of your elbows connecting toward your knees and your knees toward your elbows. And then maybe your breastbone or your sternum can get longer and shoot through. Getting energy out of the crown of the head. Maybe you're toning your inner thighs towards center, right? So feeling those sits bones narrow. That's good. All right. And then we're going to rest down on the belly. Let's take the arms out nice and long. And then I have to move my face about an inch off the mat. It's getting closer. You might make an appearance. And we're going to go ahead and breathe in. And exhale. Let's go ahead and bring the hands under the forehead just to create a little pillow. Exhale, you feel your tummy tone in as you lift one leg. And then inhale down. And then exhale the other leg up. And inhale down. You can crawl across and say that. And keep alternating legs. Feeling that you can exhale to lift the leg. Maybe the hip bones are square. Shoulders down the back. And then both legs are going to lift if possible. And some of you guys might be closer to the mat. I don't want your lower back talking a ton here. It's working, but I don't want it like grouchy. So keep it maybe a little bit lower. And we're gonna reach the arms out to Superwoman, Superman. And then bend those elbows and reach back, lift the chest. And then reach out, kind of lower down. And then inhale, reach back and lift. And just one more time. Out and lift. Good. All right, so we're gonna flip over. Laying on your back, let's go ahead and grab a prop that you might have, maybe a block or a ball. I have a yoga block today. So then bringing the feet hip width apart, nice and parallel. Feeling a little hug on that prop or no prop. You could have the knees just open and think of energetically hugging the legs inward. So breathe in and breathe out. Just relax through the hips and the thighs. Relax through your lower back. Maybe you can create a little length to your neck by nodding the chin slightly down and then soften across the collarbones. Maybe they can widen a little bit more. And then noticing the breastbone. Just let it move. Don't force it. Just let it move. So there's a nice healthy breath pattern here. I feel like we've been breathing erratically maybe. So trying to bring some attention and focus to your breath is super great, as you know. So breathe in. And let's go ahead and just exhale, do a curl. So you're gonna curl your tailbone under and squeeze your block. Maybe your sits bone's hugging towards center, right? And your back is now flat, and then rolling bone by bone, lifting off the floor into a nice bridge. Good. Holding here, let's breathe in and exhale. See if you can open up the front of the pelvis a little bit more between the thigh bone and the pelvis. Maybe you can lengthen that spot by toning, right? The lower glutes where they meet your hamstrings, that fold, the gluteal fold there. A smile line, some people call it. So hugging that block, energize your knees out across the room. Keep holding, and then we're gonna roll down. So start by softening through the chest, feeling the back of the ribs, heavy, with the lower back, the base of your spine, the sacrum, and then unraveling the tail. And then let's do it again. Exhale, scoop the belly in, flattening the back, and roll bone by bone up to your high bridge. Nice inhale here. And then exhale, rolling down. Let's just do one more time, staying at the top. I like to push that block down. Last few weeks, we've been pushing the block down, maybe hugging in a little bit more, and then we're gonna squeeze the block. 2 and 3, both knees in, 4. So notice if one leg is moving more than the other. Squeeze kind of equally. My left side I need to send a little bit more attention to usually. Also feeling that breath hug in your corset. Soft across the chest. And then notice your feet too. We tend to rock out to the pinkies. Maybe you can lighten up your pinkies. Lighten up. Okay, and then ready, breathe in. And let's just roll down. Woo! That was good. All right, so we take the block out. You could trade out for a Gertie ball. Mine has become a toy for my son and my dog, so it's got a hole in it, so it's gonna flatten. But if you have one, go ahead and settle it under the sacrum, kind of near the base of your spine, right? But near the tail more. And then we're just gonna relax and try to rest into that lower back maybe a little bit more. And then we're gonna start with our pelvis, roll your tail under and round into a little posterior tilt, tailbone up, and then inhale, tailbone down. So that pelvic clocking. If the ball was a clock face and the 12 o'clock was behind your belly button, you would be rocking to touch the 12 o'clock with the belly button And then rock the other way, dipping the tailbone down and getting the tailbone to go to 6 o'clock. So as you continue this rocking 12 to 6, maybe you can lighten up your use of your legs, and drive more with your abdomen, your core. The legs work a little bit, but I don't want them to do it all. And then finding center, let's go ahead and tip 3 to 9. So one hip dripping towards the floor and then changing. A lot of times you see kind of swaying side to side off your mat. Imagine your tailbone right in the center of your mat here. And then go ahead and circle pelvic clocking, getting each number on the clock face. And then reverse. Ooh, a little adjustment. And then pausing in center. Let's go ahead and hug that right knee in. You can hug under the thigh. And stretch it on up. And down. And then we'll do the other side, hugging the left thigh in. And stretching. Okay. And then down. Good, and then let's go ahead and lift up off the ball, take it on out. Rolling down, hug both knees into your chest. Notice your back. You can rock up and down a little bit, go side to side. Maybe circle the knees around. And then reverse. Then one leg down at a time. And then really notice the back here. Maybe it feels a little bit softer, less tense, hopefully. And then we're going to go ahead and bring the right ankle across the left thigh, coming into your figure 4 stretch. Feel free to rock with this one too. Always nice. And then we're going to go ahead and change sides. I'm moving pretty quickly here if you want to. Take time. You know, obviously you can pause me. Different. So both knees in. Let's go ahead and stretch those hams one more time. Woo. And then nodding the chin to chest. Go ahead and rock up and down a little. Good. And then coming through full plank. So we're going to have the hands on the mat. If you like to do it on your forearms, feel free. Let's take one leg out nice and straight and then the other. And so come on down again. So let's find those hands under the chest, spreading through the fingers. Think of your scapula, your shoulder blades wide across your back. And maybe you can activate your arms as if they were going to slide down towards your knees a little bit. Nice neutral spine, so the head reaching out. Abdominals hug in. And then taking one leg out, I want you to activate that leg. So it's like you're pushing your heel into a wall. Your thigh bone is reaching up to the sky. And then take the other leg. And then again, feeling that hug, hands towards feet, feet to hands. Maybe you have a pretend block at your inner thighs and you're squeezing in there. And then go ahead and pike up. Come into your upstretch pose. For some people, it might be a little bent. Maybe the feet are wider. That's totally great if you want to hold that nice long leg, neutral stance. Stretch the calves. Here is a really good place, too, to find the alignment through the legs. The lower leg through the knee to the upper thigh. As you're stretching, change legs. Notice the knee kind of knocking in, maybe. See if you can keep a good alignment in that stretch. And then go ahead and walk the feet to hands, hands to feet. Let's drip over the legs. And then bend the knees and just roll up with ease, stacking up to stand nice and tall. I'm going to move the screen a little bit. Hi. And then take those arms out to the side and reach overhead. We made it. Inhale and then exhale down. Roll the shoulders back down, forward and up, back, down. And then let them rest. And just if you're comfortable with it, close the eyes. Notice the feet, once again, bringing weight to balancing your weight between the big toe, pinky toe, and the center of each heel. So you have a little triangle on the bottom of each foot. Coming up the chain to the knees, pointing forward. Noticing a softness, shoulders. And the crown of the head reaching up to the sky. Open the eyes, take another deep breath in. Maybe get a little bit taller. Feel that beautiful length to the torso. Can you maintain that length by hugging your corset? Still have softness, like you have a heavy robe on. All right, I'm gonna leave you with that. I thank you so much for joining me. And safety and health and love to all of you. Take care and thanks for joining me. Stop video. Peace.